I've got my own machine, my own trailer, and my own employees, so we're able to go where we say we're going to be. The hardest year was 08 for us. I mean, we warranty these roofs for no leaks for 15 years. There's a lot of problems that are hidden and covered up too quickly.
This is old underlayment. They're not removing it. Are they going to keep it?
You just got to look at the man in the mirror and get out there and make the best of every day.
We actually did the roof on it. This is an Atlas product as well.
So we're a customer service company as well at the end of the day.
I'm Billy Hawley.
And I'm Tucker Hawley.
We own South Point Roofing and Construction. We actually went into business in 2000, November 2000. I had a construction background. My father was a plumber by trade, so I kind of grew up in the trades. When I graduated high school, I actually signed to play professional baseball. After that career ended with an injury, I ended up having to figure out what I wanted to do for a living. Trades always interested me. I liked kind of working with my hands, seeing the results of my work, and that's why I decided to go into construction.
I mean, growing up the son of a contractor, I kind of was tagging along ever since I could stay out of the way on jobs, since I was just the kid in the ditch with the grade rod. Learned at a young age that I enjoyed working with my hands, liked being out there with my father and producing work.
Well, this is KWM machine. My oldest son, who works in the company now with us, thought that he wanted to run gutters, and he ran gutters for me for a little while. But then we got him into another position, and we wanted to still do the gutters because it's a very good installation if you got erosion control. A lot of the new homes, if they put gutters on them at all, it's very minimal, and customers will have their flower beds washing out in the front of their house. Sometimes there's some erosion control around the foundation that we're able to gather that water and collect it and be able to direct it away from the foundation and the flower beds that are causing problems. I've been a general contractor for 20 plus years now. They don't build them like they used to. I mean, there's a lot of construction that's going up very fast. To be honest with you, there's a lot of problems that are hidden and covered up too quickly for the homeowner to really understand what they're getting when they're buying. These are young couples, first-time home buyers. They're getting a lot of square footage for not a lot of money. So, and they're
buying a project.
Well, they buy an eye candy really, because they walk in and the kitchen's beautiful. The master bathrooms are beautiful, but what you can't see is the problem. And what we'll end up having is they'll call us, year, sometimes sooner, to where their hardwood will be buckling or their baseboard will be showing, mold or something like that. And we'll go in and find out that it's been leaking for the time that it was installed behind the wall. With the roofs, the quality of roofs that we're putting on, we're using the Atlas shingle, which is a super superior shingle in our opinion. Warranties are great, and at least we know one of the major components in the construction of the home, which is the roof, on our end is going to be covered. We've been installing Atlas shingles now for probably the last 6 years, and one of the reasons why we do is we were driving through. This is a pretty affluent neighborhood, but we were driving through the neighborhood just a minute ago, and I asked Dimitri what he was looking at, and he was looking at the streaking on some of the other houses that were in the community. And that's really the number one reason why we install these shingles. Customer has a 15-year peace of mind warranty, to where if there's a manufacturer defect within the first 15 years, they're not only going to pay for the material to replace the shingles, but they're going to pay us or someone like us to come in and take care of that problem. There's some good manufacturers out there, but we believe that this is the best product on the market. It would hurt my heart as a consumer to pay what it's costing now with the replacement roofs to drive up in their front yard and see streaking after a year, 2 years down the road. With our product, with this Atlas product, that's not going to happen.
Life expectancy.
I mean, this is a 30-year roof when it was put on, but it didn't last.
It will not
30.
last 30 years. Talk to me about underlayment. Right now, this is old underlayment. They're not removing it. They're gonna keep it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're gonna keep it, and you're gonna install new one on top of it.
Yeah, summit over the top of it.
Why is that?
Well, we don't usually remove the existing underlayment unless it comes up with the shingle.
Really?
Yeah. And if we identify that there's decayed sheathing up underneath there, we go ahead and get it taken care of and replace it.
But how are you gonna see it? Because you don't see the deck, and I guess just by the feel.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's probably been about a month ago, we had one customer that we had to replace the roof after 6 years, and it was a poor install, and they had used everything from staples to finishing nails. I mean, I'm not sure if the guy was flipping the house and they did the work themselves or who they hired, but it was just horrible. We want to be able to walk away from this roof, and I mean, we warranty these roofs for no leaks for 15 years.
It's fun to be working in the area that I grew up in now. I've been born and raised here in Aiken for 30 years, and now I'm getting to fix a bunch of the houses that I actually grew up playing in or playing around, so it's fun.
To be honest with you, in today's world, there's not a lot of people coming into the trades from the younger age group, which is, in my opinion, a big mistake. We've got kids. I've got one that I hired 3 years ago, 18 years old. He's 21 years old. Now runs roof repairs and gutters for me, and I would be shocked if he doesn't make more right now than what his people that he went to high school with and got a college degree is going to be able to command when they get out of school.
It was hard to see as educational at the time of doing it, but now in a different chair, it definitely taught me a lot and learned a bunch of valuable lessons doing it from the ground up.
This home is supposed to close next week, actually. So there's a lot of work to do, but we're trying to get the grade and everything to where it's not washing away with these heavy rainstorms that we've been experiencing here in the last couple of weeks. This is a custom home. It's a real high-end custom home. There's a lot of cookie cutter homes out there that they'll cheat on the gutters expense-wise, won't put them where they need to correct foundation issues that could be potentially, eroding around. This is what we like to see, a custom home, custom builder doing what he needs to do to help protect that homeowner, from future problems and protect their image of building a quality product. From the valley areas, you can see that, there's a high flow area there. Our average ticket on gutters is usually around $1,600, which could save you thousands in financial, foundation problems that could be there. This home has a brick veneer around it, so it wouldn't take long to be able to see potential problems from water erosion. Here we actually did the roof on it. This is an Atlas product as well. We did the fiber cement siding, which is the hardy plank material. This has been a good project for us. We're getting ready to install some custom columns on the front of the home as well. City of Aiken is a good place to live. We're close by, major cities.
Growing up, I looked at it a little differently than how I do now. I went to college for 5 years, but ultimately I found myself right back here in Aiken, and something pulled me right back.
Number 2, white oak, yeah. It finishes up beautiful. I like the number 2 product better. It's more character, in my opinion. I mean, just this hardwood alone was almost 18 grand.
White oak is so hard to finish, like with the stain and stuff.
The guy that I use, he's been doing my floors for a while now, and he does a very good job. The hardest year was 08 for us. I was a general contractor. Things kind of blew up. Everybody was purchasing houses that honestly they really couldn't afford. Financing was, if you were breathing, you'd be able to get a loan. And when it came to a crash, it came to a crash. So, it was a struggle there for a year or two after that to get our legs back under us, but we made it. Last year with COVID, that was probably our worst year. But then after everybody was home, so they took the money that they had and put it into home improvements, which we were able to help with the roofs and the gutters.
But we do roof repairs and other small jobs such as gutters and windows and a little bit of siding work, things like that.
We were able to get out there in front of the customer, offer them an appointment from the time they call in, usually within a day or so. Get out there, cost out the job, and then we're able to produce it with our own guys. I've got my own machine, my own trailer, and my own employees, so we're able to go where we say we're going to be, usually within a 7-day period. But the customers are paying us a premium, honestly, for that convenience. This is our Leafblaster Pro product. That's the only leaf guard that we sell, primarily because it seems like our state tree is a pine tree, and it does a great job of keeping those pine needles out, the gutters. Also, we have a huge problem with squirrels, and they have yet to been able to chew through this stainless steel product. It's not like some of the other gutter guards where you see like the helmet to where it kind of, in my opinion, is not attractive. This lays, pretty flat on the top of the gutter.
My advice for somebody getting into the trades, I mean, find a trade that you enjoy and one that you can take pride in the work that you're putting out there, and you got to stick to it. You just got to look at the man in the mirror and get out there and make the best of every day.
My advice is, if you're just now getting started in the business, is to know your numbers and get that right from the very beginning. That was one of my struggles for many years. Previously, I really couldn't get any kind of sense of whether we were doing good or bad. So get your books right first.
Advice to someone who's looking to hire a roofing contractor is definitely research who you're working with. There's a lot of folks out here that do what we do. We like to pride ourselves, yes, we are a roofing company, but we're a customer service company as well at the end of the day.
Our family motto is family first, and it's a family-owned business. Tucker's working in the business. My wife works in the business. There's some very good advantages to that, and sometimes negative. He and I don't see eye to eye sometimes, but at the end of the day, we're all pulling the same rope, same way, and wanting to satisfy the customers out there.